Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to talk about what you see on the description. Essence Music Festival happened in New Orleans. I think yesterday for the Independence Day weekend. So, Essence Music Festival have been happening since, from what I was told through my research, since mid-90s, early to mid-90s. So it is an African Americans festival, some sort of music festival that showcase African American, their culture, music. It's like a get together of sort for African Americans. So fast forward, SS Music Festival have slowly taking a different and broader change and style. So the people that runs Essence now are Africans. They are no longer African Americans. First generation Africans and African immigrants. Actually, the head sponsor of the Essence Music Festival, which is Target, African Americans are boycotting Target because of how they scale back the DI hiring process. So African Americans say, okay, that means they're not going to hire black people. We're not supporting Target. But Target is sole sponsor, one of the major sponsors of Essence Music Festival. So I know this, how I started this might be confusing, but I'm going somewhere. Just relax. Continue watching what I'm saying. So now, there is a lot of African Americans that are complaining that Essence Music Festival don't no longer feel like African American event anymore, a Black American event anymore. It feels like Africans, diasporas, African and Caribbeans, because this year's festival they say they're gonna do jollof rice and Caribbean style of rice cooking competition. So that sounds alien to African Americans, something like they haven't heard about before. And even the musical artists that is going to perform on Essence Music Festival, most of them are from Africa. So this is not something that Black Americans are used to. Like, it used to be some sort of their own thing. So now you have a broader tone. You have more Africans from diaspora involved. You have more Caribbeans involved. So African Americans feels like they are being pushed out. Basically, that's what it is. They feel like they are being pushed out. So now, let me take it back. In 2020 on TikTok, not on YouTube, on TikTok, that was everybody was on lockdown, so we were discussing how the culture shift that is going on in Black community overall. So I said I highlighted these things. One of the things that Black Americans refuse to do is acknowledge what is happening. Like, they don't want to talk about blacks that are different versions of black. They don't want to have that conversation because they feel like they are like, this is us and that's it. Now things are happening now. They have seen there's culture now. When a Caribbean started talking about their culture, and Africa started talking about their culture, and a Black American start talking about their culture. You see? So acknowledging it in the first place and learn how to adapt to it in the first place wouldn't lead to where things is heading right now. Everything is feel like a shock to them, shock to everybody. For example, when Africans come to America, they don't assimilate to African American culture. They carry their own culture. They stick to their own culture. Even first, second generation Nigerians still stood to African culture. You see, it would have been better if they assimilate to African American culture, but they don't assimilate. You see, and that will make African and Black American culture the dominant culture. But what you see is that Caribbeans, first, second generation, some still stick to their Caribbean culture. Their food, their work ethic, all that stuff. African Americans stick to their own culture as well. So is Africans. So you see all these things happening to African Americans. They feel like, damn, this new culture that is eroding into our culture, this is uncomfortable. That's what you're experiencing. Essence Music Festival is classical example of what I've been trying to tell people that is happening. Now, as I said, if Africans from Nigeria, Liberia, Congo, Uganda, when they come to America through their parents or their first generation or second, if they come in and then abandon their African culture and assimilate to African American culture, this problem won't happen. But these people hang on to their own culture too, through music, through associations, schools, meeting people from their culture and all that. So it carries on. So over the years, that's why Afrobeat music is popular now. That's why Nigerian restaurants and Ethiopian restaurants and Moroccan restaurants and all these Africans are popping. Oh, and then what it means that the definition of black, being black in America, is no longer what it used to be. It have different layers to it, but at the end of the day, we are all one. So let me pause that and go back to African Music Festival. Now there's boycotts. Some people are protesting, saying that it doesn't feel African American anymore. They don't want to be part of it. I'm gonna pause and you watch two videos of these people making these claims.
They messed up the Essence Festival. How did y'all mess up the Essence Festival?
Watch.
I know why. People say, well, because of Target and DI. No. It's the African and Caribbean. You trying to bring African and Caribbean into Black American culture. Then you have it in New Orleans, right? Think about it. These people was trying to sell Jollof. They were trying to have a face-off with Jollof versus Jambalaya. Come on now. How you gonna disrespect New Orleans like that, bringing Jollof there? You get what I'm saying? Now, I don't know about y'all black people, but my grandma and granddaddy never cooked no goddamn on Jollof. They never cooked Jollof before. I ain't bullshit. They never cooked it. Now,
it's a Black American heritage at Essence Fest. So it's night 1 or night 2, and there is a lot of complaints coming through, and the common consensus is the culture has shifted. It no longer feels like us. And honestly, that makes sense because the people in charge now do not value Black heritage. Essence Fest used to be known as the Cookout. It was created in 1995, created to center Black American heritage, the music, fashion, beauty, political power. It was basically like the family reunion created by Black people for Black people.
The first person is more of in your face, this is how I feel, F this, F that. That's the vibe I got from him. The first person is more like, this is saying right, da 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 da. In a way, don't get me wrong, in a way, they are right. The second person is more diplomatic. The first person is this is not, so, but in cultures, there's always culture shift in history. Things are not the same throughout history. There's gonna be changes, but all of us can coexist. But what this has proved is that being Black, as portrayed in mainstream, it's not one size fits all. In Africa, skin color doesn't play any role. We don't do skin color in Africa to start with. As an American who grew up in Africa, I know that firsthand. It's only in America that I have to learn that how your color of your skin is very important. And I'm okay. I have successfully navigated around it, and it doesn't fade me. The only thing I will say to Caribbeans, Africans, Americans, Black Americans, it is okay. Different cultures is okay. You understand? But as long as we understand that it's okay, we learn from each other, from each other's culture. You see, at the end of the day, we all came from Africa. You know, respect African American culture. African Americans respect other people's culture, and that's it. You know, these people that I just played their videos, it's not like I'm against them. No, I'm not against them, because I think if it's their thing, homage should be paid for them. If they think that things are not going the way they like, they have the right to voice their opinion, but they should understand the change in culture will always happen, evolve. The only part that I don't understand is the bucketing of targets because of their DEI step. They're stepping back through DEI. You know, so I don't think Target actually really cared, because black people don't shop at Target that much. If I'm being honest, they do, but you know, they don't shop at Target. You know, my algorithm is right on that one. Walmart, yeah, but Target, no, not all of them. So that's a whole different conversation. But my point is the culture shift that is happening in black community when it comes to Caribbeans, Africans, and Black Americans. It shouldn't be something of fear, or they are taking away our stuff, our way of life. You know, it shouldn't be. Life evolves. Life evolves. I remember this one is totally different, but similar to what I'm talking about. I remember there's a popular Instagram account called Shade Room. People love Shade Room. They go there to get latest African, Black American news, whatever that is going on. Right? Up until when they found out that the owner of Shade Room is a Nigerian, then they want to boycott it. Or Shade Room make fun of Black American culture. The owner is not even a Black American. He's from Nigeria. So things can get better if we have this diaspora war going on. Essence Music Festival actually went well. The crowd wasn't as they said they're supposed to be, but it went well. I saw videos, and Lauryn Hill showed up late to perform. That's a whole different other story. But overall, it went well. So going back, if the CEO, who's first gen African, if they can incorporate more African Americans, pay homage to them in next year festival, and then sort out this Target situation out, I think next year will be better. So the diaspora war needs to stop, and the way it will stop is if we start to understand that there's differences in all of us, instead of brushing them under the rug and say, oh, we are all black. We are all black, quite alright, but cultural differences are there. Then when that cultural difference starts to make inroads in other cultures, then you guys still feel threatened. The same thing you are trying to avoid, then you want us to talk about it. This is what I said 5 years ago. Nigerians in America, for example, to show you how impact this cultural shift is, Nigerians, 90% of Nigerians in America, or 99%, don't listen to Black American music. Most of them listen to Afrobeats. Majority of them. But it doesn't mean that they don't like Black American music. It's just that they are listening to what they are familiar with. The same way African Americans listen to African American hip hop music, rap music, and other stuff. This is what they are used to. This is what they love, and that's their culture. The same thing with Caribbeans. They no matter east, north, west, at the end of the day, like their dancehall music. They like their for Latinos, they like their reggaeton music and all that stuff. So Black Americans, Afro Latinas, Caribbeans, Africans, all of us need to understand there is diversity in black, and it's okay. Stop avoiding that diversity and just say we are all black. Because if you don't accept that diversity, the problem is that these little things, when they happen, you feel shocked. Oh my God, they are trying to take hip hop away from us. They are trying to take this from us. You refuse to accept these things in the first place, and it's happening, and then you are playing defense.